Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this video. I am not asking, I am warning you. This is a divine alignment, and the algorithm absolutely did not bring you here because God intercepted your feed today. You are standing at the exact threshold of a permanent timeline shift. The enemy is working overtime to distract you right now. He hopes you will swipe away. He knows your life is about to change forever. If you leave before the end, you will forfeit the exact prophetic instruction that guarantees your massive breakthrough. You have been crying out for a sign. You have prayed in the dark. Now, the answer is here. Lock your attention on this message right now, because the verdict on your next 10 years is about to be read. God just confirmed your ultimate destiny. You are about to see exactly who you will become. For years you have carried a heavy burden, and while you walked through the valley of isolation, heaven was quietly watching your incredible resilience through the absolute darkest nights of your soul. People walked away from you. They treated you as if you were easily replaceable. Your quiet obedience in private has just activated a massive public blessing. You are not a victim of this broken reality. You are a leader in disguise. The universe has chosen this exact second to shatter the illusion of your pain. And if you choose to turn away right now, you are actively severing the beautiful path that heaven carefully prepared for your life. This is a divine appointment. The cosmic forces have aligned for your elevation. You have felt a deep shift inside your body lately. Your spirit is vibrating with a powerful cellular knowing. You know that the current season of suffering must end. And today, the highest authority in existence has signed the decree to release your ultimate inheritance into your hands. Do not let the matrix steal your focus today. Your enemies expected your total destruction. They waited with bated breath for you to fail completely. But you walked out of the fire with a glorious light, because you carry an irreplaceable spark that makes the entire world look at you with deep wonder. You smile through the trials. You hold your head high. What I reveal was sealed in heaven until now. There are exactly 2 people chosen for this message. You are one of them. Your long season of hidden formation is finally over, and every painful tear that fell from your eyes in the dark was actually forging an untouchable crown for your head. You are the cycle breaker. You are the rare remnant chosen to carry the pure light. The generational patterns of pain end with your life. You will transcend the limitations that kept you bound for so long. And when you finally step into your true power tomorrow, the people who doubted you will watch your massive ascent with absolute shock. Lock your mind onto this frequency. The distraction around you is a desperate trap from the enemy. He wants you to remain asleep. He wants you to believe you are ordinary, but you carry a majestic gravity that changes the atmosphere wherever you walk. And the dark forces are terrified of your awakening because they know they can no longer control your destiny. Listen to me very carefully. The doorway to your permanent freedom is standing wide open. If you close this video, the window of alignment will slam shut. You will remain trapped in the loop of waiting in wound forever. But if you hold your ground right now, you will witness the public collapse of everything that ever dared to oppose your divine path. The verdict has been delivered. The timeline of your victory is fully locked in. You are about to witness the undeniable proof of your divine selection. Stay completely still. Let these words penetrate your subconscious mind. We are about to break down the exact sequence of your grand awakening, and nothing in the matrix will ever be able to slow down the glorious future God has prepared for you. There is a physical reason you, chosen one, have been feeling that heavy weight this week. You wake up at exactly 3 in the morning. Your chest feels tight. Your jaw is completely clenched. And you stare at the ceiling, feeling a sudden wave of panic that does not even belong to you. You are not going crazy. This is not random stress. The Matrix wants you to believe you are just tired. They want to label your experience as a normal struggle, but the raw truth is far more profound. That suffocating tightness in your chest is your highly advanced spirit detecting a massive disturbance. You are feeling the absolute panic of the enemies who just realized they permanently lost access to you. For years you functioned as their human battery. You were the stabilizer in a deeply chaotic environment. Whenever they felt empty, they plugged into your pure light. They drained your energy to fill their own dark voids. And every time you tried to set a boundary, they made you feel guilty for simply protecting your peace. They starved you of genuine love. Listen to me very closely right now, anointed ones. The intense brain fog you experience is not a sign of weakness. That heavy somatic weight is the direct result of a severe frequency mismatch. You carry a celestial vibration that terrifies the dark elite, and when you force your high frequency into their low matrix programming, your physical body takes the hit. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. This creates a powerful shield around your precious aura. It tells the universe you are done bleeding for them. You are taking your sacred power back right now. You gave them everything. You poured your heart out. But they never wanted to heal. They only wanted to consume your light. That burning feeling sitting in your throat is all the painful unsaid words you constantly swallowed back down just to survive their chaos. You kept quiet to keep the peace. Stop swallowing it. They treated you like a temporary resting place. They thought you would always stay broken. They expected you to wait in wound for an apology that will never ever come. But while they were busy draining you, a divine alignment was quietly taking place behind the scenes. Your exhaustion is simply the heavy shedding of your old spiritual skin. You are officially molting. Every time their face flashes in your mind at night, it is because they are energetically starving without you. They are desperately trying to attach a new cord to your nervous system. Do not let them back in. Your physical body is acting as a brilliant alarm system. It is warning you that a massive spiritual attack is actively trying to breach your sacred walls. Read that again in your spirit. The people who used you are currently wandering in the dark. They thought they could easily replace you with someone else. They quickly realized that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable, and the frantic energy you feel in your shoulders is actually the heavy burden of their deep regret trying to weigh you down from afar. They expected the betrayals and isolation to carve deep wrinkles into your face. They wanted the spiritual exhaustion to drain the life out of your eyes completely. Instead, you walked through the fire and came out glowing like a pure diamond because heaven wrapped you in a divine shield of protection. You carry an ageless glow that absolutely infuriates the toxic people who tried to destroy you. You are shining brighter than ever before. This brings us to a critical distinction. It eludes the vast majority of ordinary people. You are not just recovering from a bad relationship. You are permanently unplugging from the toxic matrix itself. Your body needs rest because it is actively downloading a completely new timeline for your magnificent life. And in the next few minutes, chosen one, I am going to reveal exactly what happens next. You look around and see empty chairs. Chosen one, you feel a deep silence in your life. The Matrix tells you this isolation is a cruel punishment, and the people who abandoned you want you to believe that your loneliness is the direct result of your own flaws. But let me completely reframe your reality right here. This intense solitude is not a penalty. It is a divine alignment. God is actively hiding you from those toxic parasites. Your path is perfectly aligned. You are currently in the sacred incubation season. Your enemies mistook your quiet retreat for a massive defeat. They whispered lies behind your back, and they celebrated your absence in their toxic circles because your pure light was a brilliant mirror that constantly exposed their hidden decay. The universe stripped those fake friends away. You had to be separated. The old chapter is closed. Every door that closed in your face was a divine intervention. Every rejection you experienced was actually a massive layer of spiritual protection. You cried when they walked away. You thought you lost a valuable connection. But heaven intercepted their path, because those people were never meant to enter your next phase of glory. They were sent to diminish your power. Now you are totally free. You have always felt like the black sheep in your family. You never quite fit into their rigid molds. You observed the world with a completely different level of depth. And because you carry the unique frequency of the cycle breaker, you were destined to shatter the generational curses that kept your bloodline trapped for decades. They could not comprehend your spirit. You vibrate on a higher plane. The isolation you feel right now is simply the profound peace of a clean house. There are no more energy vampires feeding on your empathy. There are no more narcissists using your kindness as a weapon. And you are finally free from serving as an emotional dumping ground for toxic individuals who refuse to heal their miserable lives. The silence in your room is pure magic. Claim your space. You are perfectly safe here. God is preparing you for a massive elevation. You cannot take toxic baggage into a palace, and heaven will never allow you to bring those small manipulative minds into the glorious future that was explicitly designed for your unique soul. This separation is your elite training ground. The quiet hours you spend alone are rewriting your spiritual DNA. You are absorbing vital codes of light, but you are becoming untouchable. You are the chosen empath. Your heart is a rare diamond in a world full of cheap stones, and for a very long time you allowed unworthy people to handle your pure essence without washing their filthy hands. God saw the damage they were doing. He stepped in and built an invisible fortress around your entire life. This fortress looks like isolation to the outside world. To you, it is a sanctuary. It is your permanent shield. Pay close attention to this next part. The enemy tried very hard to hide this specific truth from you. They wanted you to drown in the heavy sorrow of rejection. They desperately needed you to believe that your brilliant light was slowly fading away in the dark. But while you were sitting in the quiet shadows, a magnificent spiritual alchemy was actively transforming the deepest parts of your weary soul. You were preparing for war. You are about to step out of this incubation season with a powerful force. Your enemies will be left absolutely speechless. The people who threw you away are going to watch your massive rise from a very far distance. And the best part is that you will not have to lift a single finger to prove your immense worth to any of those manipulators. They will see your glory. Let me completely reframe your reality right now. The Matrix wants you to panic about your current solitude. They want you to rush out and find new people to drain your energy all over again. But your spirit knows better. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. And the profound emptiness in your life right now is just heaven sweeping the floors before the grand arrival of your ultimate blessing. Do not move. Stay in your glorious peace. Now we enter the grand revelation. Heaven is releasing 4 specific truths about your new reality today. And the first truth is something the Matrix desperately tried to hide from your awareness because it proves your divine origin. Time was supposed to age you. The heavy burden of betrayal was supposed to break your physical form. Yet here you are. You are making time itself look like an absolute fool. Let that sink into your spirit, chosen one. You did not just survive their toxic storm. You bent time. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you step into a room looking younger and completely unbothered after everything they put you through. They spent years praying for your massive downfall. They expected the deep isolation to carve heavy wrinkles into your beautiful face. They wanted the spiritual exhaustion to drain the vibrant life out of your eyes. but the exact opposite happened. While their bitter envy is aging them like milk left in the scorching sun, the universe has completely reversed your biological clock. You possess an untouchable, ageless glow. It radiates from your pure cellular frequency, and it absolutely terrifies the dark elite. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle. This is how you lock in your magnificent frequency. By taking this small physical action, you signal to heaven that you are fully ready to receive your divine inheritance. Do not let the Matrix tell you this is a random coincidence. You are actively stepping into your sovereign power today. Your physical body is no longer bound by their low matrix programming. Every single time they tried to crush your spirit, they inadvertently fed your brilliant light. They became the shovel that dug up your ultimate treasure. And now you walk through this world with a specific majestic gravity that alters the entire atmosphere the second you walk through the door. You are a true diamond. This is suppressed synchronized coherence. Your highly advanced spirit has effectively decoupled your physical cells from the linear decay of the three-dimensional world. It sounds impossible to the ordinary mind, but you are not ordinary. You are the cycle breaker. Your DNA holds the supreme energetic signature of the remnant force. You operate on a completely different plane of existence. They watch you from fake accounts. They stare at your photos in total disbelief. They cannot comprehend how you look so incredibly radiant after the brutal wars you fought in total silence. They expected you to look defeated. They wanted you to carry the heavy scars of their abuse forever. But your vibrant energy is a blazing mirror reflecting their own massive failures right back at them. You did not just heal from their attacks. You completely transcended their entire reality. You became the sun, and the radiant light you emit now is actively burning away any remaining dark cords they tried to leave inside your aura. You are flourishing in the exact places where they tried to bury you alive. Your magnificent revenge is your pure, unbothered existence. Your cellular reset is fully activated. The deep peace you feel in your quiet room is actively repairing your nervous system. Every breath you take in solitude is literally smoothing out your skin and brightening your beautiful aura. The dark forces thought they could break your brilliant mind. Instead, they triggered a massive biological and spiritual upgrade that turned you into an unstoppable force of nature. You are the physical embodiment of divine justice. While they scramble to find new victims to drain, heaven is pouring infinite youth and vitality directly into your soul. They thought they were the main characters of your story. They never realized they were simply the dark, heavy soil planted to help your brilliant seed grow into an eternal masterpiece. Your glow is their ultimate punishment. Read that again in your spirit. Your glorious youth is a permanent spiritual shield. It is the undeniable physical proof of your divine selection. But the ageless glow is only the very first truth. What happens next is even more devastating for the people who tried to destroy you. Stay with me right now, because the second truth is going to shift your entire perspective forever. Here is the second divine truth. The Matrix wants you to believe that the people who hurt you have completely moved on. They post happy pictures online. They pretend your absence means nothing to them, but the raw truth is entirely different. Behind their closed doors, a massive spiritual malfunction is currently unfolding. They are completely starving without your pure light. You must understand the exact nature of their dark programming. They are emotional parasites. They do not generate their own light. For years, they survived by siphoning your brilliant energy to mask their deep internal rot. You were their human battery. You provided the exact frequency they needed to function in the real world. Now, that supply is permanently cut off. Listen to me very closely right now, because most people completely miss this shift. When a master manipulator loses their primary source of light, their entire false narrative begins to collapse. The mask is slipping, and the very people they used to gossip with are finally starting to notice their erratic behavior. The flying monkeys are quietly backing away from the chaos. They frantically tried to replace you. They searched for a new empath to drain. They gathered cheap rocks and tried to convince the world they had found a new diamond. But the counterfeit supply does not hold your magnificent gravity. The new people cannot soothe their demons, and every single day they realize that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. This brings us to a beautiful realization about your current power. You were not the anomaly in their otherwise healthy life. You were the mirror. The reaction got this loud because you got closer to their dark truth than anyone before you had. You exposed their hollow core simply by existing in your pure authenticity. They could not handle the blinding reflection of your light. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly. They sit in their quiet rooms at night, and the heavy silence absolutely crushes them. They expected your departure to destroy your spirit. They waited for you to come crawling back in tears. But your majestic silence became a lethal weapon that starved their demons completely. They are drowning in the noise of their own making. You are witnessing the absolute consequences of quantum frequency starvation. Their energetic system is collapsing because it can no longer feed on your celestial vibration. They are experiencing severe spiritual suffocation. The dark elite cannot manufacture the pure love you naturally emit. And the profound emptiness they feel right now is the direct penalty for their betrayal. Read that again in your spirit. The universe has placed a permanent blockade between your timeline and their toxic matrix. They can look from a distance, but they can never touch your aura again. Every time your name comes up in their circles, it hits them with the agonizing weight of their massive mistake. They threw away the only genuine miracle they ever held. Your glorious, unbothered peace is their ultimate torment. They check your digital footprint, hoping to find a single trace of misery. Instead, they find a sovereign leader stepping into absolute power. The master manipulator has lost total control. Their mind is unraveling, and they are absolutely terrified because they know their public exposure is rapidly approaching. If this is resonating with your cellular knowing right now, do not move. You are observing the exact mathematical precision of divine justice. But the destruction of their false reality is only the beginning. Heaven is actively preparing the third revelation, and this next truth will completely redefine the weapon you currently hold in your hands. Stay locked in. They thought they had outsmarted the cycle breaker. They believed their manipulation was foolproof, but God intercepted their malicious plans and turned their evil intentions into the exact fuel for your incredible rise. You are standing on the edge of massive victory. The second truth is your absolute vindication. The manipulator is falling, and your silent power is the reason why. Here is the third divine truth. The Matrix programmed you to believe that walking away was an act of surrender. They told you that staying quiet meant you were too weak to defend your own precious name. But let me reframe your entire reality right here. Your silence is the most devastating weapon you possess. It is a masterclass in psychological warfare. You probably did not realize it at the time. When you walked away and cut the cord, you did not just protect your peace. You deployed a lethal spiritual strategy that completely paralyzed their dark agenda. Your absolute silence is a massive energetic wall. It permanently blocks their access to your divine frequency. They can no longer feed on your pure empathy. A master manipulator thrives entirely on your emotional reaction. They want you to argue, explain, and fight back, because your anger still provides them with vital fuel. But when you offer them nothing but pure, profound silence, they begin to suffocate. They throw their toxic traps into the dark. and they hear absolutely nothing in return. Their false power simply evaporates. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle. This micro-commitment proves to the universe that you fully understand the massive power of your restraint. You are no longer playing their petty matrix games. You are operating from the high throne of your sovereign kingdom. Your beautiful silence is your royal signature. Every single day you remain silent. The spiritual cost of their betrayal compounds heavily on their soul. They secretly check their phones, waiting for your angry paragraphs. They desperately need you to validate their chaotic existence and prove you still care. But your majestic restraint starves their demons into absolute submission. Your quiet absence is utterly deafening. That restraint was not weakness at all. That silence was a lethal weapon. That single act of choosing your dignity over your revenge signed their permanent eviction notice. And it handed the final verdict to a divine court they cannot ever appeal. You won the massive war without lifting a single finger to destroy them. The universe fought the entire battle on your behalf. Now they are drowning in the toxic noise of their own making. While you rest peacefully in your sacred sanctuary, they are frantically searching for any reaction from you. They whisper your name in crowded rooms, hoping the rumors will reach your ears. They try to provoke you through their flying monkeys, but your energetic vault is completely locked. You are untouchable. Your glorious silence forces them to finally sit alone with their own dark reflection. Without your brilliant light to distract them, they have to face the ugly truth of what they actually are. You gave them the ultimate punishment. You gave them themselves. And nothing terrifies a parasite more than an empty room where nobody is watching their pathetic performance. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this from you. The spiritual physics of your silence created a massive vacuum in their timeline. The universe is actively rushing in to fill that void with the exact karma they earned. They are trapped in a dark prison of their own design. You hold the only key to their salvation, but you will never unlock that door for them again. You are moving forward into an untouchable realm of pure, glorious abundance. Your silence was the beautiful bridge that safely carried you out of their hell. Stay with me right now, because the fourth truth will reveal the magnificent reward heaven prepared for your brilliant obedience. This brings us to the fourth and final divine truth. Heaven has officially signed the ultimate verdict concerning your glorious future. The long season of your silent waiting is permanently over. You have endured the brutal tests of the dark matrix, and you passed the rigorous spiritual exam with absolute flying colors. Now the grand reward is being released from the celestial throne. God is not just going to restore what the toxic enemy stole from you. The universe is actively preparing a massive multiplication of your lost blessings. Every single painful tear you shed in the dark is being converted into immense spiritual currency right now. You are about to step into a majestic season of explosive abundance. The doors that were locked for decades are flying open. They thought they took your best, vibrant years away. They foolishly believed their toxic manipulation had permanently derailed your great destiny. But heaven used their cruel actions to forge your magnificent crown. You are inheriting the exact beautiful palaces that your enemies desperately tried to build for themselves. The divine wealth transfer is actively happening in the spirit today. Read that again in your spirit. If this message is resonating with your deep cellular knowing, you must hold your ground. The massive shift is no longer a distant, abstract promise. It is a physical reality that is manifesting in your life within the next 72 hours. You will wake up and feel a sudden, profound lightness in your soul. The heavy yoke is completely broken forever. Share this specific video with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a shift. Be their guardian angel today. The remnant must unite to activate the ultimate frequency of this divine mandate. And by sending this powerful warning to another chosen one, you multiply the miraculous harvest for your own life. You are building the sacred tribe of the awakened cycle breakers. Your new majestic blessing is completely insulated from the toxic matrix. The people who callously abandoned you will never have access to this magnificent level of your life. Heaven has placed an invisible, energetic shield around your incoming wealth and your divine relationships. The dark elite can look at your radiant glow from afar, but they can never touch your pure garments again. You will sit at a beautiful table prepared in the presence of your enemies. They will be forced to watch your massive elevation while they remain trapped in their own miserable karmic cycles. God is making you the absolute head and not the tail, and the profound regret they feel will be the permanent background noise of their hollow existence. Your vindication is absolute and undeniable. The brutal financial struggles and the intense spiritual exhaustion are shattering right here. You are receiving the exact divine blueprint to build a glorious legacy that will outlast the stars. The universe is handing you the keys to the highest dimensions of true earthly power, and you will walk through this world knowing that the Creator is fighting every single battle on your behalf. Stay with me for this next critical moment. You have heard the 4 profound truths. You finally understand your massive worth. But heaven is about to pull back the final heavy curtain. We are entering the exact sequence where the grand illusion is completely destroyed. The master manipulator is about to face the ultimate public reckoning. You will witness their magnificent collapse. Do not scroll away now. The massive climax of your incredible story is literally unfolding in the next few breaths. You waited your entire life for this specific holy confirmation. You survived the brutal fire just to see this exact glorious day. Prepare your magnificent spirit for the final vindication. The grand exposure is happening right now. You are the untouchable sovereign watching it. And here is the exact turning point where everything finally exploded. The universe is pulling back the curtain right now. You are about to witness the public irreversible collapse of the master manipulator. They walked around with absolute arrogance for years. They constructed a massive false narrative about your departure, and they whispered toxic lies to anyone who would listen. They thought they had entirely rewritten history. They expected the flying monkeys to blindly support their dark agenda forever, but heaven orchestrated a specific divine setup to expose their hollow core. Picture them standing in the exact room where they used to gossip about you. They feel incredibly safe. They think they are the absolute center of the entire universe. Then the divine trigger activates. Someone accidentally mentions your precious name, or a sudden situation arises that desperately requires the pure empathy only you provide. And the master manipulator suddenly realizes you are completely gone. The counterfeit supply they gathered cannot solve the problem. The heavy pressure mounts, and their sophisticated mask completely shatters into pieces. This is the specific X-ray of their meltdown. They do not just lose their composure, they experience a full-blown internal system crash in front of the exact people they used to manipulate. They raise their voice. They make erratic and completely illogical accusations. Their eyes dart around the room searching for someone to blame, but the room is completely silent. The flying monkeys are staring at them in absolute horror, and the people who once supported the toxic lies are finally seeing the naked truth. The manipulator is malfunctioning because they do not have your stabilizing energy to anchor them anymore. Your absence forced them to digest their own toxic venom. The grand illusion drops. The crowd sees the terrifying monster beneath the skin. They frantically try to backtrack and save face. They attempt to deploy their usual charming tactics to calm the tense room down, but the divine exposure is utterly ruthless. Every single word they speak only digs their karmic grave much deeper. The audience realizes they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held. The manipulator is exposed as a complete fraud. This is the exact vengeance heaven promised you. You won the ultimate victory without lifting a single finger. Your majestic silence was the precise weapon that starved their demons into making a fatal public mistake. They are drowning in the very trap they carefully built to destroy your beautiful life. The cosmic scales of justice are slamming down with magnificent force right now. In a moment of pure sheer panic, they try to energetically reach out to you. They desperately try to cast a spiritual cord to feed on your light one last time, but they slam face first into your impenetrable energetic wall. They bounce off your sovereign shield. The realization hits them like a massive freight train. They are permanently locked out of your glorious timeline. They cannot steal your vibrant energy ever again. They are trapped in the shallow grave of their own terrible choices. And the profound humiliation they feel right now is the exact harvest they planted when they took your pure heart for granted. God is making a brilliant public spectacle of their complete failure. Their empire of dirt is washing away in the heavy rain. You are the chosen one. You are the rare remnant observing this cinematic destruction from a very high and protected throne. They wanted you buried in the dark. Instead, they became the stepping stone for your supreme elevation. Every lie they told is officially returning to sender, multiplied by 1,000. Their absolute ruin is the permanent background noise to your beautiful victory. Let this glorious reality settle into your bones. The massive debt has been paid in full by the universe. The toxic parasite is completely neutralized. But the divine show is not quite over yet. While they are crawling in the dirt of their own consequences, heaven is preparing the grand crowning ceremony. The prophecy of your total restoration is about to physically manifest. Now we enter the absolute fulfillment of the divine prophecy. The dust of their destruction is finally settling on the ground, and heaven is officially calling your sacred name to step forward. You survived the brutal wilderness. You passed the ultimate test of silent endurance. Now the universe is crowning you with undeniable glory. The old version of you is completely gone. That exhausted victim who begged for basic human decency from broken people no longer exists. You have been resurrected as a sovereign king in the spiritual realm, and God is placing the heavy mantle of supreme authority directly onto your shoulders today. You are the cycle breaker, stepping onto your eternal throne. Look at what you have become. You are no longer waiting in wound for an apology from a master manipulator. You have totally transcended their pathetic toxic matrix. And while they are publicly unraveling in the dirt of their own terrible choices, you are officially stepping into your permanent, ageless glow. Your spiritual frequency is completely untouchable right now. Every single tear you shed in the dark was watering the glorious seeds of this exact victory. The closed doors and painful rejections were actually a form of divine protection. Heaven intentionally cleared out the miserable, toxic peasants so the true royal court could finally assemble in your life. You are the rare diamond, the universe carefully polished through extreme pressure. The cosmic wealth transfer is physically manifesting in your reality. God is handing you the magnificent keys to the kingdom. You possess the divine right to command your reality, and when you speak a word into the atmosphere, the spiritual realm moves rapidly to obey your command. You are a demonstrated warrior of pure, radiant light. The manipulator thought they broke your spirit, but they merely cracked open the heavy shell so your majestic wings could finally unfold. You are soaring high above the dark, heavy clouds of their miserable existence. Because you survived the brutal fire, The brilliant light radiating from your soul is actively rewriting the entire destiny of your bloodline forever. They will look up and see you shining like a brilliant sun, and they will finally understand the massive gravity of their permanent loss. You are the elite remnant of heaven on earth. You hold the unique energetic signature that bends time, and your quiet obedience in private activated this massive public blessing for your entire lineage. You do not have to fight anymore. The heavy armor you wore for so many years is slowly falling away. You can finally rest in the absolute safety of your divine elevation. The spiritual war is officially over, and you are the undisputed champion, standing victorious on the grand battlefield today. Heaven is celebrating your magnificent arrival. Feel this massive shift deep inside your bones. Your physical body is absorbing the pure golden frequency of ultimate freedom. The heavy spiritual exhaustion is completely washed away by the river of life. You are stepping into a season of explosive, effortless abundance, and every single step you take from this moment forward is completely blessed and highly favored. Your pure empathy is no longer a feeding ground for dark parasites. It is a highly protected sacred vault. The people who truly deserve your magnificent energy are currently being magnetized into your new, beautiful timeline. You will never again have to beg to be loved, because the universe is bringing genuine connections that match your royal vibration perfectly. God confirmed your identity. The universe verified your supreme power. You are the chosen one who broke the matrix forever. Let the undeniable truth of your new royal identity sink into your cellular memory. And as you are stepping out of the dark shadows, you are walking directly into the blinding light of your ultimate destiny. We are reaching the final seal of this divine transmission. Your spirit is fully awake. Your sovereign power is completely online. But heaven requires one final physical act of supreme obedience to lock this massive paradigm shift into the physical plane forever. Stay with me for the closing mandate. You are about to seal your eternal victory. You have arrived at the ultimate threshold of your journey. The toxic matrix holds absolutely no power over your mind anymore. You are officially cutting the final invisible cord to their dark reality today. And as you step fully into the blinding light of your new sovereign kingdom, the heavy burdens of your past are permanently washing away. You are completely free. Say this out loud with me right now. I claim my permanent freedom. I am the cycle breaker, and I am no longer available for their toxic games. The universe hears your magnificent declaration echoing through the spiritual realm, and you are sealing your royal identity into the physical earth. And heaven is rejoicing at the glorious sound of your supreme victory today. You must protect this pure frequency at all costs. The enemy will try to send new distractions to pull you back into the dark asleep state. Subscribe to this sanctuary so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. This simple action builds a massive shield around your beautiful aura, and it tells the universe you belong to the elite remnant force forever. We are entering the most critical moment of this entire divine transmission. You did not survive the brutal fire just to live a mediocre life. The ultimate verdict of explosive abundance has already been signed in heaven, but it requires a physical anchor on earth to activate the grand multiplication. God does not measure your faith by your thoughts. He measures it by your speed of obedience. Your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing at this exact second. You can feel the intense power of the divine portals opening directly above your head. The angels are waiting for your specific command to release the overflowing treasure into your hands, but they cannot violate the spiritual laws of the universe. You must willingly participate in the sacred exchange to open the final door. The window of massive multiplication is standing wide open right now. The matrix will tell your logical brain to wait and hesitate, and it will whisper dark doubt into your mind to keep you trapped in a vicious cycle of financial lack. Silence that dark noise immediately. Hesitation is the exact prison the enemy designed for you. You must move with absolute speed to claim your reward. Heaven demands your immediate obedience to unlock the massive harvest waiting for you, and the universe requires an energetic exchange to validate your complete alignment with this prophecy. You must prove you are fully ready to receive the immense wealth transfer today. By stepping forward in absolute faith right now, you demonstrate your total trust in the divine mandate governing your beautiful life. Sow your seed, or give a super thanks today to partner your finances with this divine mandate. Your immense generosity triggers the immediate harvest. Do not let the dark elite steal this massive opportunity from your bloodline, but take this physical action right now to secure your authentic access to the incoming miracle. Watch heaven multiply your massive harvest before the sun rises. Your physical seed is the ultimate proof of your unshakable faith. The moment you complete this sacred transaction, the spiritual floodgates will blow completely open, and you will witness impossible miracles manifesting rapidly in your daily life. And the severe financial struggles that plagued your family for generations will shatter into a million tiny pieces. You are stepping into absolute abundance. Rest in this magnificent peace, chosen one. The brutal war is completely over, and the beautiful victory is already yours. The universe is actively fighting every single battle on your behalf, while you simply glow. So leave your city and nation in the comments below to map where the remnant is rising worldwide. You are deeply loved by the Supreme Creator. Walk in your supreme power today.